Hello everybody, my name's Admired Plague, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to be better zombie players. Now, I know zombies went free to play this weekend with the new Black Ops 6 weekend 2 XP event, and we're going to get an influx of new zombie members that probably have never played zombies before. As a veteran since World at War, I'm going to give you some pretty decent tips that are going to help you guys get better at zombies and not let down your teammates. Some of the biggest things about zombies is just knowing the maps in general, knowing the placements of certain objects, knowing where the perca-colas are, knowing where ammo crates are, knowing where the upgrade stations are, all these things. So the first thing you're going to do is just get familiar with the maps you're playing on. I highly recommend playing on Liberty Falls first, as Liberty Falls is considered the starting zombie map for those that have never played zombies before. It's a fairly wide open map, a pretty easy way to navigate through, and overall it's just a pretty simple map to get things started. As you go through, I do believe that the difficulty does kind of scale up when you get to Terminus, and then when you get into Citadel Day more, it gets more and more difficult with tighter and tighter spaces and harder areas to loop in. So get familiar with the maps, get familiar with perca-colas, get familiar with everything, the layout, where all the things are. Don't worry about Easter eggs, don't worry about the special power-ups, don't worry about any of that. Just worry and focus on understanding the map and how to navigate the maps. That's the best thing you can possibly do at the beginning of your zombie journey, is understand the maps. The next thing you want to understand is if you're playing solo, if you're playing with teammates, because if you're playing with solo or you're playing with teammates, it's a very different style of gameplay. Typically, if you're playing solo, you have a run of the muck of the entire map. You don't have to worry about any of your trains. You don't got to worry about running into other people. You don't worry about anything really other than your own survival. So let's start with solo play first, then we'll get into team play after that. With solo play, the best thing you want to do as a zombie player just starting out, or even an experienced zombie player that just wants a refresher, is understanding what is in the area you're currently looping zombies in. Now, for those that don't know what loops are, a loop is basically, or a train as we like to call it, is when you are basically getting all of the zombies into a big group and you're just kind of running them around a very specific set path. What this does is all the zombie spawns, when they come in, they end up following into the big group, and then at certain points or at certain intervals, you can turn around and just unload into a giant group of zombies for a massive payload, a big payday. Possibly some perks and things like that can drop, not perks, the power-ups that can drop, things like that. And basically what this does is just allows you to kind of group things up and condense where you're firing so that you're pretty much always guaranteed headshots and critical kills as long as you're just spraying into the heads of massive zombies. If you're always running forward, you're always going to have zombies that spawn kind of in front of you. They're down low, they're up high, they're just kind of like spawning in. So by doing a loop or training the zombies around, you are effectively getting them into one big group that you can turn around when all the zombies are done spawning and then just unload and kill everything, which is super helpful. This will come really, really important into team gameplay, but is also very important for solo gameplay. The next thing you want to be aware of is where you are currently looping those zombies is be aware of places where you can get stuck. Make sure that you can jump on certain objects. The ammo crates you cannot jump on. So if there's an ammo crate in your way, good luck vaulting over it. If a zombie gets you stuck or pinned between like a wall and the ammo crate, you're going to die, much like this clip here. Yeah, not pleasant. So you always want to make sure that when you're backpedaling, make sure that you know what's behind you at any given time, simply because you don't want to run into something and you end up cornering yourself and you can't get through zombies. There is collision with zombies, so you don't want to end up like, in a spot where you can't run through things. But this is going to lead right into the next scenario. As a solo player, you're going to often be surrounded by zombies. You're going to get in situations occasionally where you are surrounded by zombies and you do have to try to get through them. So what's the best way to get through them without dying? Pick a direction. Literally, that's it. Just pick a direction and shoot. You never want to kind of like do a 360 and waste your bullets going like all over the place. What you want to do is focus fire one direction, and what this allows you to do is open up a space for you to get out of a sticky situation. Don't panic, pick a direction, and fire. What this allows you to do is make that opening, you can get out, and your chance of survival is much, much higher than if you were to panic and just spray bullets in all directions, because now you're wasting ammo and you're not doing enough damage to one specific zombie that could get you out of a tight spot. Another way to get out of a tight spot is using your power-ups. Power-ups are your field upgrades rather, are a good way of getting out of tight spots. The best ones I like to use are Energy Mine for wave clear, just to make sure that if you do get into a tight spot, you throw the Energy Mine at your feet. It blows up a whole radius around you. For me, in my case, it blows up 3 times, which gives me enough time to get out. Aether Shroud's a really good one. It turns you invisible, zombies leave you alone. And then also, this is going to sound really weird, but I do also like Frenzy Guard, only because it gives you armor. So if you do get stuck and you have to pick a direction, at least you're filling your armor up as you're killing things. So those are the 3 I like to use. Dark Flare is also pretty okay. You can get the Void Orb with that one. Healing Aura is not going to really help you at all because it's just going to heal you. You're still going to be stuck. So that's things to consider is going to be your field upgrade and what you bring in with you. Personally, Aether Shroud is my top one. Energy Mine would be number 2, only because Aether Shroud puts you invisible and you can still shoot while invisible. So not only are zombies leaving you alone, but you can shoot them in the back as they run away, which might be a war crime. I don't know. Solo gameplay also requires you to understand where zombies are spawning. This is part of understanding the map. All windows that you see that have like fire and boards and all that stuff, zombies are going to come out of those areas. Walls with holes in them, zombies are going to crawl out of those areas. You want to make sure that you know where these zombie spawns are, because this allows you to, when you are running through the map, as long as you don't open certain doors, zombies won't come certain ways. So you have to understand the way the zombie AI works and how the spawns bring zombies in. If you get too far away from a zombie, the zombie will despawn and respawn in front of you somewhere. The AI will try and track which way you are going, which direction you are taking, and spawn zombies in front of you to eventually try and pin you down. The zombies are actually trying to box you in, get you in a spot where you're stuck in maybe a small hallway or in a small room that doesn't have any exits. Zombies are going to try and spawn in front of you to make you in those situations where you're going to have to pick and choose directions and you're going to have to fight for your life. It is much, much better to stay in the open and keep zombies kind of close. This way they do not despawn and they don't spawn in front of you as you're running from location to location. When it comes to power-ups, you want to make sure that you're hitting power-ups pretty much as soon as they come up, but do not risk your life for a power-up. Power-ups have a very long timer for which they stay on the map. You have 3 different phases of power-ups that are on the map time-wise. So if you see it and it's full and it's not blinking yet, you got plenty of time still. If it starts to blink but kind of slow, you still have a little bit of time left. If it's blinking kind of fast, you got about 5 seconds to get there, maybe a little bit less, maybe 3. So you have these different states. So knowing the states of the power-ups means that you can kind of like, if a power-up ends up spawning in a horde of zombies, just train them away, come back, and get it. Even if it's a 2x points, if it's an insta-kill, things like that, do not risk your life, because all it takes is one unfortunate brush against the whole train of zombies for you to get hit 7-8 times and instantly die. You want to make sure that you are basically kind of like far away from the zombies. You want to have a good breath away from the zombies, because if you do go straight down a line, they will instantly turn and hit you, causing you to die pretty quick. So we don't want that to happen to you at all. Also, power-ups are instantaneous and they work for the entire group. So things like full power, which recharges your field upgrade, infinite or max ammo, not infinite ammo. My goodness, I wish. Max ammo will automatically. This is the big change with Black Ops 6 compared to older games. This is actually kind of a new recent update to the Call of Duty Zombies games. Recently, if you haven't played Zombies in a while and you haven't played the Dark Ether story, you haven't played Cold War, Vanguard, Modern Warfare 3, or the newest Black Ops 6 yet, if you haven't played since then, max ammo will actually fill your current mag and your actual, like, your storage ammo, the stockpile of ammo that you have. It refills everything. Old Zombies didn't do that. You would have to reload your gun first, have everyone on your team reload, and then you can just simply, hit the box, and then it would, fill your stock, because it wouldn't refill your current mag. Now it does. So now you're not wasting ammo, which is a nice change. Another nice change is the mystery box does not absorb your gun if you choose to switch. It'll drop your gun on the ground so your friends can actually pick it up if they want, which is also a very nice change, so that it doesn't eat your gun, because it used to. If you had a ray gun on you and you hit the mystery box and accidentally picked up a gun out of the mystery box while the ray gun was out, you lost your ray gun. Unfortunate. It happens. It happened a lot. It happened to me. It happened to you if you played old Zombies too. But now it doesn't. It drops off. Same thing with wall buys. With wall buys, they also drop to the ground. Therefore, you can trade your weapons with your friends, which is super nice. Another thing for solo play to remember is just know your limits. Know how far you can go in a wave. Know how far you can go in a round, rather. And just kind of, with the exfil, you get experience for exfilling. So if you're not comfortable yet with the map, try going to wave 11, exfil out. Try, then if you're good with that, then go to 15, get out, and then go to 20 or 16, then go 21, 25, 26, 31, yada yada. Just kind of keep going up. If you can successfully exfil, and then you're good to go. Keep exfilling, and then just kind of understand what waves certain things happen. Typically every 5 or 6 waves you're going to get a vermin round, or we used to call it a dog round. This round will always end with a max ammo dropping, and whatever wave it ends on, so say it's wave 5 that you get a vermin round, every 5 waves will be a vermin round. So 5, 10, 15, 20. If it's wave 6, it'll be 6, 12, 18, 24. If it's wave 7, then 7, 14, 21. So make sure you know when those vermin rounds are. This way you can understand where your ammo is going to be. This way you don't have to spend money on the ammo. While you're upgrading your guns, please note that your Pack-a-Punch is going to be every 5,000, 15,000, and 30,000 for Pack 1, 2, and 3 respectively. And then you're also going to need 500, 1,000, 2,500, and 5,000 salvage to upgrade your rarity of your gun. Rarity of your gun actually provides more damage than a Pack-a-Punch does. So if you have a Pack-a-Punch 1 gun that is gray or green, a purple or a legendary gun without a Pack-a-Punch will be significantly better. So if you go to the mystery box and something comes out that is purple or legendary, there's a good chance it's going to do more damage than whatever gun you currently have, unless you're in the higher rounds and you're already Pack 2 or Pack 3. But Pack 1, honestly, I'd rather have a purple gun over a Pack 1 green gun. Now, if you have a Pack 1 purple, you're good to go. But just want to let you guys know how the rarity works. That's about it for the single-player Zombies experience. I hope those tips help, but Zombies is more fun with friends, is it not? I enjoy playing with friends. I enjoy the insanity of what Zombies with friends brings, because it brings more zombies, more challenges, and honestly, just more chaos. So let's get into some tips with team-based zombies so I can help you guys understand how to be an effective teammate while you're playing with your friends, or even with randoms, because I do that a lot too, where I just enjoy playing games with randoms to see how things go, or helping them with the Easter eggs. So let's get into that. Once again, no Easter eggs here, just simply gameplay strategies to help you be a better zombies player, solo and as a team. So let's get into the team portion now. As a team member, you want to do a couple things a little bit differently than you do with solo. As solo, you basically have run amok of the entire map, and you can run around and do whatever you want, wherever you want, because there's no consequences for you running around other than maybe yourself getting stuck in a hallway or something like that. As a team, though, there's a bunch of consequences for running on the map without communicating with your team of what your intentions are if you are leaving a certain spot. Now, most players, when they play zombies as a team, will have a specific spot that they like to train their zombies. So if you're playing Liberty Falls, my personal favorite is the roof of the bank. My dad's, for instance, is going to be on the East Street. My buddy Jim is on the West Street, and I have a friend that likes to go over by the gas station area. So all four of us have our own spots that are separate away from each other. This way our zombies are not running into each other, causing more chaos than we already have. So one of the tips that I'm going to have is basically choose a spot that you really like and just let people know that's where you're going to be. Claim a spot. You want to basically claim your landmark. You want to claim your area. This way people know not to come to your area unannounced or try and be there together. Because if you have 2 people together or 3 people together or 4 people together, the more people you have together, the more zombies will end up in the area, the faster the zombies will spawn in that area, and you're going to get swarmed and it becomes a bloodbath. Now, this is okay for the first couple of waves, because the first couple of waves you want to get through the waves kind of quickly, because most people want to either do the Easter egg or they want to just do high wave kill counts for experience. So the beginning is pretty nice. It's fairly easy to kill the couple zombies that come out when you're together. But when you start hitting wave 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, those zombies become insane. Not only are they much harder to kill, but they're also going to be faster, stronger, and they're going to hit like trucks. And if you get swarmed by a bunch of zombies while you're trying to train and someone else runs their train into yours, you end up getting stuck because now what was clear behind you is no longer clear behind you. You have problems. Because this happens 2 ways. When you're training your zombies, if you leave to go somewhere else and you run through someone else's area, say you're trying to get to a Pack-a-Punch or you're trying to get to a weapon upgrade station, and you have zombies still on you, let's say you have 20, 25 zombies, and you start sprinting towards one of those things, and that's kind of far away, those zombies may despawn and spawn in front of you, which may be behind the person that you're running into the area, causing them to now be swarmed by zombies because they thought behind them was clear, and it's not clear, and then you end up in disaster where either A, you go down because you run into their train, or they go down because you brought your train to them and they weren't expecting it, or worst case scenario, you both die because now you're stuck in between a zombie sandwich, and that is no good at all for anybody. Because then someone else has to come get you, you have to use their self-revive, or if you go down, you start losing your perks, which is never good. Also, if you're playing in a team, and even solo, I recommend to never hit a nuke. Do not hit the nukes. Nukes are bad. You only ever hit a nuke at the very, very start of a round when no zombies are spawned, or the very, very end of the round when the wave is switching over. This gives you your 400 points for using the nuke, but you also don't have to worry about losing out on tons of points for killing zombies. A nuke is only worth not even 4 zombies, because 4 zombies is actually worth more than a nuke. So if you have 4 zombies left on the map, you're wasting those points that you could be using to collect for a Pack-a-Punch or items or whatever you may need later on, perks for instance. So don't hit a nuke unless your life literally depends on it, especially in team play, because if you're playing and you wipe out all your zombies, but another player has a large train still and you hit the nuke, what you're going to end up doing is accidentally ruining their entire economy, which they could have ended up packing, they could have got a perk, and now you just wasted it. Now you have to go a whole other round before they can do that again, and they're not going to be happy with you. To save yourself heartache and your team yelling at you, all you have to do is simply wait for the end of the wave and or save a zombie. Saving a zombie is something we've been doing since the end of time, since the very beginning, I guess the dawn of time. End of time, dawn of time, doesn't matter, we'll still be saving zombies. Saving a zombie simply means that at the end of the round, there is still one zombie up and running around. One person is basically babysitting the zombie, making sure that the zombie is not going off and killing people that are, getting their perks, sitting at the pack-a-punch machine or whatever. This essentially allows you to extend the round so everyone can do the things they need to do without any chaos ensuing. So, if you ever are in doubt of someone on your team saving a zombie, save yourself a zombie so that you can go do the things. Never rely on your team to save a zombie. Ever. Don't, because there's a good chance they'll just kill it. So save yourself a zombie, save yourself some heartache. End of the round comes, you have one zombie, whether it's a crawler, because you blew its legs off, or if it's just running around. Keep it, go do what you need to go do, then kill it at the end when you're done, so this way you're good. And then the very last thing I would say for team-based zombies is doors. Please buy doors. If you have money to buy a door, do it. This new Zombies, Black Ops 6 Zombies, has done this wonderful thing where you can pay for half of a door, which is fantastic. Because if you don't have the money for it, you can still pay for half, someone else can pay for half, and everyone saves money. A lot of times players do not like to buy doors because they want to save money and see that if everyone else buys doors, they can go right to a pack-a-punch and pack-a-punch their guns, and then they think they're the most powerful thing on the earth because for some reason they packed first, so they're God. Don't be like that. Buy doors. If you got the money, buy a door. If you don't have enough money, pay for half. If you do have money but you've bought a lot of doors, ping it. Hope someone else buys a door. I don't know. I hope this helps you guys in some way, shape, or form. If you guys are new to zombies, let me know down below. I have a lot more zombies content coming. Please like and subscribe to the video, and let me know what you want to see next. I'm Admire Plague, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!